First and goal. Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City!
Cheese Kingdom! Y'all hear this? We've been fighting for all right all day. How about a little Viva Las Vegas? Viva Las Vegas! Viva! Viva Las Vegas!
Kelsey went on to let the crowd finish the sentence of "you gotta fight for your right to party." And Kansas City is surely doing that today after they have now won their third Super Bowl in 5 years, defeating the 49ers last night 25-22 in Super Bowl 58. And the takeaway, folks, the one big takeaway, the grand scheme of things, you never doubt the Chiefs. They looked discombobulated in the regular season with wide receivers dropping passes. It looked to be that the Chiefs struggled to get any mojo going, really, through the first, I'd say, 3/4 of the season. And then what happens? They heat up in the wild card round. They run through and they beat Buffalo. Then they beat Lamar Jackson and the highly touted Baltimore Ravens. And then they go into the Super Bowl. Mahomes trailed in all 4 of his Super Bowls by 10-plus points. And in 3 out of the 4, led his team back to win the Super Bowl. The first one being against the Niners. Then they got blown out and pummeled by the Buccaneers. Then they rallied off 17 fourth-quarter points against the Eagles last year. And now they came back in this one down 10-0. They made it 10-3 at the half. And it looked like the Niners had the game. It looked like Kyle Shanahan was a guru. It looked to be that Steve Wilks, the defensive coordinator, took a page out of Todd Bowles' book, like I said in my preview. Bought the 4-man rush all game. Pressured Mahomes. Eric Armstead had a sack. Chase Young had a sack. And Armstead's sack was big. It was in the red zone, forcing the Chiefs to go for that field goal. And they pressured Mahomes on, I think, 6 out of his 17 dropbacks in that first half. Don't quote me on that number, but the point is, they dialed up the pressure. Mahomes looked unsettled, and they got to him. But then the second half came, and another thing that I said in the preview was that Andy Reid was going to prove that he is the real deal, and he is going to outcoach Kyle Shanahan. On one end of the spectrum, you have Andy Reid joining elite company, the likes of Chuck Noll, Bill Belichick, Bill Walsh, and Joe Gibbs, as the only head coaches to win 3 or more Super Bowls. And on the other side, you had Kyle Shanahan joining, I believe, Bud Grant of the Vikings, legendary coach for them, Marv Levy, and Dan Reeves as the head coaches that went to 3+ Super Bowls and couldn't get it done. Now the Chiefs, we have another dynasty upon us. Seems like there's one every decade. In the 70s, you had the Steelers winning in 75 and 76, 79 and 80. Then in the 80s, you had the 49ers, the big bad Montana Walsh-led Niners, 82, 85, 89 and 90. Then in the 90s, you had obviously the Cowboys, 93, 94 and 96. Early 2000s, you had Tom Brady and the Patriots. And then the 2010s, the Patriots again. And now you have the Chiefs, a new era of football. And speaking of Tom Brady, Mahomes is chasing records here. You look at the 2 quarterbacks, Tom Brady, the GOAT, and Patrick Mahomes chasing the GOAT, could become the GOAT. You need more time. You need more of a sample size to see if he can keep up the longevity that Brady had. But you look at the 2 quarterbacks, Mahomes now 28. At the age of 28, Tom Brady was 10-1. He had 3 Super Bowl victories, 2 MVPs, no league MVPs. Patrick Mahomes, age of 28, 15-3 playoff record, one win shy of Joe Montana, and Montana had 16 wins at the age of 38. Mahomes is 10 years younger with 15. He has 3 Super Bowls now and 3 Super Bowl MVPs with 2 league MVPs to boot. So Mahomes is contending with the GOAT right now. Obviously, the longevity is going to prove that. But look, in this game, you had Mahomes, the first quarterback in NFL history. No quarterback has had 325+ passing yards and 60+ rushing yards. Mahomes did that. He took a page out of the Purdy book. Purdy against the Lions, scrambling with his legs. Mahomes did that in the third quarter. You had the big scramble that Mahomes had with about 7 minutes left in the third. 3rd and 4, he scrambles to get the first down, and Bucker kicks the extra point. It's a 10-6 ball game. Following that, you had Ray McCloud with about 2:39 left in the third quarter, muffs the punt, and the Chiefs take the lead for the first time. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the ex-Green Bay Packer, he scores the touchdown for the Chiefs, and they're up 13-10. And it looked like the Niners, they were good in the first half, and then similar to the last meeting against the Chiefs, with Shanahan, the offense fell stagnant. They went to bed. They went to sleep. They only scored a touchdown. That Juwan Jennings touchdown, the receiving touchdown that he had, came at 11:22 in the fourth. So they went all of that time without having any points on the board. They had the 3-and-out after they picked off Mahomes to start the first half. Then they stopped the Chiefs on their own 10-yard line. I think it was 4th and 2, forcing them to punt. They did nothing with that possession. They had another 3-and-out. And then once the Chiefs get that field goal to go down 10-6, to trail 10-6 after Mahomes got that first down on 3rd and 4, they went 3-and-out again. So time and time again, Purdy and the offense fell stagnant. Even with Christian McCaffrey, who I said was their X factor, playing lights out, 80 receiving yards, 80 rushing yards, and a receiving touchdown, they couldn't do it. Mahomes in the clutch, you can't beat the guy. You can't beat the guy. He drives down the field with Kelsey waking up. Kelsey was quiet the entire game. They knotted up. They go to overtime. They face that 4th and 1 with an extraordinary play call for Mahomes to take off to the right. Kelsey with the lead block. And they get that first down. Then Mahomes has the other huge scamper down the field to get inside the red zone on that first down on the play ensuing that. And that's the Chiefs. They're just built for the moment. And then they cash in. Mecole Hardman started the year off as a Jet, came back to his stomping grounds with the 49ers, or with the Chiefs, and wins the Super Bowl for them. I mean, what an electric Super Bowl. It started off like it was going to look like the Patriots-Rams, that 13-3 finish. This might be, if you're not a fan of defense, I am, so I enjoyed it. But a lot of people want offense, scoring. And then, boom, the second half starts. That back into the third quarter when Mahomes starts to scamper and use his legs. And then, obviously, we had the second overtime in NFL history, and Kyle Shanahan, man, 0-3, haunts him again with overtime. The Patriots came back. James White cashed in 2017. He was the offensive coordinator. And then the Chiefs rally again in another Super Bowl against him, down 10+, and that's it. The Chiefs, man, champions. There's no other way you can say it other than that. They are now a dynasty, and they are a powerhouse. And Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are just so fun to watch. And Kelsey with the whole Viva Las Vegas, like I played in the beginning of the video. And they are Super Bowl champions. And now we wait until Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. And hopefully this team can contend for that spot. We shall see, folks. That's a wrap on the NFL season until the NFL draft and free agency as well.